How are we all doing, everyone? Welcome back to episode 6 of last week in AUCS. We've got a bit to get through, especially in the best of 3 department today. So as usual, we'll start off with the MDL. So there's only going to be this panel for MDL this week, as on Thursday there was issues with the servers that no games could be played and they were all rescheduled. So within these games, there's nothing really too out of the ordinary unless you look at the Mako versus Overt game. It went into a couple of overtimes where Mako eventually did win 22-18 on Inferno. Everything else in this line is pretty standard. So now we move over into the ladder where last week we saw Order on top and the Chiefs, Avant, GZ, Rooster, Truckers with Attitude, Bands, and Overt. It has changed a little bit coming into this new week where we do see Order, still on top, then the Chiefs and Avant. A little bit of a shake-up between Rooster and Ground Zero. They pretty much just swapped. You got Bands and Truckers with Attitude that stay the same. And then Mako, they slide in after the victories this week in Overt. They move out of the top 8. So as I said, pretty quick one for MDL, only having the one panel and then the ladder as well. But we got a lot more Counter-Strike to get through, lots of best of 3s. We'll start off with ANZ Champs next. So for ANZ Champs, starting off, we do see Vorpal Swords take on Ground Zero in the lower bracket section. 16-9 on both maps is what Ground Zero won, as you can see, and this will keep them alive in the lower bracket section. Vorpal Swords, they are eliminated in losing this match, but they do have a chance to come back in the next open qualifiers as well, because as I touched upon last time, ANZ Champs, it works a little bit differently this season. And another match in the lower bracket section, this time between Rooster and Avant. Now, touch back on to last week where we thought, we would see Avant winning out the match. They ended up losing and put themselves down into this lower section. So it's good to see that they're able to bounce back and best Rooster here, 16-9 and then 16-5 in these maps. No map 3. Both of the matches for this week, no map 3. So on to the next section in ANZ Champs, we'll see those upper bracket games be played and then it'll knock a couple of teams down to the lower section. Speaking of those upper bracket matches, it will be Renegades taking on the Truckers with Attitude, where you would expect the Renegades to win, and then it'll be Order taking on the Paradox, where you would also expect Order to win. But the losers of these matches will go down to face Ground Zero and Avant in an elimination match. The winners of those, of course, will go into that lower bracket final. So after that one, the winner of that goes into the championship area, where then they'll face against the loser of the topper bracket championship area. It's a confusing split, but it makes sense when you see the whole bracket as a whole. So with the ANZ Champs area done, we move on to the DreamHack area. So lots of matches to get through for DreamHack, so we will scoot through them quite quickly. First up, we do see Order taking on Avant, where good to see Avant, they do take out Order in this one. And then on over into the next one, Renegades taking on the Chiefs. We do see Chiefs take a map off of Renegades, which is actually the first time in quite a long time that a team has taken a map off of Renegades in a big old best of 3 series. Big props to the Chiefs. And then in a successive fashion, Avant also take a map off of Renegades. They do end up losing the series, but a spicy match played on Dust 2 went into a couple of overtimes. A quick one for Order against the Chiefs, 16-8, 16-13. And then Avant do take on Order once again. They do beat them again. Takes all 3 maps this time. And then moving on to the championship match here, Renegades on that upper bracket area. They do have the map advantage. I will show the bracket after this as well, but Overpass is defaulted over to Renegades. And then you see Avant open up the series with 2 maps. So they're technically 2-1 at that stage. And Renegades, they bounce back for the reverse sweep. So one thing that's always talked about in the best of 5 scenarios is the stamina of the players, the mental fortitude and everything. So a bit unfortunate there that the best of 5, was played out to all of these maps. Bit of struggles happening and everything on that line. We would probably like to see, a best of 5 still be in play, but maybe MR12. It's a hot topic. Me personally, I love to see MR12 in Counter-Strike. And moving into the bracket, I'll just show you as an overall here so you could see, those matches, I showed you them in order, but this is the way that they kind of trickled on through. So congratulations to Renegades for winning that one out. So in this video today, I wanted to highlight the AWPers of our region, specifically in the ANZ Champs matches and the DreamHack matches that were played this week. So I've got a couple of AWP clips that will be here. They are from Sterling. There's actually a couple from Sterling. and one from Alistair. And the reason that I picked out these little clips here is because, you know, on rosters, a lot of people put a lot of pressure on the AWPers, a lot of high standings on the AWPers. And when an AWPer makes a really cool play, I think it has, you know, a lot more of a wow factor than when a rifler does. Don't get me wrong. One thing that pops into my head from this week was Dexter's ace on Inferno against Avant. That was a nice ace indeed. But, you know, when an AWPer is able to pull away with a really cool clip, it, you know, lets you drop a little bit more than I feel a rifle does. But anyways, a couple of clips here for the week.
Well, this is the first time that we've this season that we've seen Avant, I guess, play this kind of style.
Yeah. Play their game.
This is off. Oh, what is that? No, Sterling. Help me. You see Malta just trying to dance around, trying to find the timing as the rest of the boys going to be proceeding up long. Shot's going to come out from Sterling, but Ofnu holding in from Goose. Renegades are not coming in together at this stage. They're so scared of Sterling, and this is why they're scared. As Sterling's still alive on the bomb side, and they line up. He gets the collateral. It's all down to Inns at the moment, who's trying to shift walked up, and Sterling gets the no-scope to close out that half. Absolutely ridiculous hold, and that is why they are so scared.
Oh, man.
Good counter utility as well from the CTs as well to make it difficult. Of course, Sterling just posted high up, able to just get every single shot. Beautiful vintage Sterling coming out, forcing all this utility over into the B bomb site. Zeph's actually just going out dry at the moment. So risky. He goes in just as Alistair falls off.
You two are coming through, and it looks like we are going to see the accelerator hit. Zeph now suffering. Ali, can he find some more? Surely the corner, it's looking good as well. Pop Flash beautifully placed as well. And does he find all four? He certainly does. What a play. Ali is on fire.
And now we close out the video with the news section as always, starting off with Danger. Now, Shav has decided to depart Overt after a good 6-month run with the boys. We also do see Skull Hunter finally find a new team after the departure from the Chiefs. He'll be joining Rev in Incept, where we do see JTR and Rackham depart that roster. Another departure that we do see is Inno leaving Paradox. Now, also, from what I've seen in the MDL match that was played yesterday, that's Paradox versus Forbidden One, I did see Sharvesh Danger in that match as well, so maybe he will be the fill-in for Inno stepping down Sharv up into Paradox. We will wait for an official announcement. As I said, it's just all speculation. He might have just been filling in for that one match. And lastly, we've seen many players join Justice. We've seen players leave Justice as well. The story around that whole lineup having a bit of a rocky start, rocky middle, rocky end as well. But unfortunately, this is where we do say goodbye to Justice forever, it will seem, as they are deciding to close down their doors. So I wish them all the best, and I hope that we'll still see all of your guys around in the streams, in the server as well, all the boys that have funneled through the Justice org. It's always good to see you guys in the streams. But that is going to end it for this week, guys. Make sure you stay tuned for next week. As always, any videos, any clips that you see throughout the week, I'd love it if you can throw them over my way through Twitter DMs, through Discord. Those links will be in the description. And if you can give this video a like as well, that'll be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you haven't. But I'll see you guys next week.